What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video. RM Games here back, and guess what? I just updated my Goblin bikers. Oh, and by the way, it has come to my attention that my recent videos has been ridiculously long, so I'm gonna make this quick and I won't take up too much of your time. Let's go. Alright guys, I hope everybody's doing well, and we just got some cards that we needed. Consider it upgrades for our deck, and I believe this is it. I think I found it. I guess the search is over. I just feel like it again for the second time. Okay guys, so let's just go through this as quickly as possible. So first off, with our Goblin biker package, we have the usual 3 Dug Charger and 3 Gun Wild. As you can remember, we were only running 2 of the Gun Wild in our first deck profile, but through testing I just realized that a 3rd copy of Gun Wild will give us a consistency boost, so I opted to run 3, and then the usual one-offs, Boom Mac, Exploder, and Merciless. So nothing new there except for the 3rd copy of Gun Wild. And for the Goblin biker spells and the trap. So as usual, we have 3 Grand Entrance, 3 Grand Breakout, 1 Grand Bash, and the 1 Grand Stampede. So we changed the 1 trap that we were using on our previous build. I believe this is more useful than the other one because it's a negate, and aside from the negate, you can also exceed someone during your opponent's turn, so that's a plus. So again, 3 of these 2 cards because for our consistency boost, and then these are the one-offs that we can search off of Dug Charger. So that's the Goblin spell trap. And now for the rest of the engine cards that will turbo our level 3s. 3 Tour Guide to summon Merciless, 3 Tear Top, 1 Teketomberg, and 1 of the 3 Psychics that we are using. So previously we only have Psychic Tracker and Wielder for our Psychics. Right now we are running Nyan Nyan from the Virtual World archetype. This is a really good card because when there is a level 3 that's summoned on your field while she's on the graveyard, you can special summon her, and then on top of that she becomes a tuner, which we don't really use, but that's a thing that we can utilize in the future. So, and of course the 3 emergency teleport to grab these 3 psychic level 3s from our deck, and of course a Snow Rabbit as well. So that's the rest of the level 3 turbos. And one of our new cards that's added to this build is the Full Armored Xyz. So this is actually a brick, but with this deck, since we can also use this to Xyz during our opponent's turn, like when we use our interruptions where we flood the field with level 3s, we can actually use this to summon a King or any other rank 3 from our deck, from our extra deck. And this is really good with our new package in the extra deck, which are the full armored, the Xyz armored package. So this is searchable with Fortress. Torpedo is our draw engine, our draw power, and Night Lancer is the boss that will summon lastly from this line. And through the game you can use full armored Xyz to banish and attach 1 Xyz from the grave, which we usually use is Torpedo because most of the time we have Fortress under Lancer as a material, so Torpedo is our best bet for the equip. But we'll get through that. We'll get into those cards in the extra deck later. So that's one of the addition, the full armored Xyz. And now for the hand traps. So 3 Ash, 3 Veiler, 1 Nibiru, 1 Ogre, 3 Imperm. Disclaimer, this deck is a 45 card deck, so we are way above our 40 card deck count that we are used to. But since there are cards that we want to drown in the deck, we don't really want to draw them in our opening hand. The 45 card count is actually good for this kind of build. And of course, the one-ofs, Hold by the Grave, Talent, and Crossout. I would want to run more Crossout and more Talents, or even Thrust, but since this is a 45 card deck, I don't really want to add more cards to it, just so we stick to the consistency that we're used to. So that's the main deck. Now for the extra deck, Big Bonga, Gun Bonkers, and the Crazy Beast. These are our Goblin Exceed monsters. That was the same build. That was the same number that we had previously. And then we have a Shuriken, Bamboozling, Totem Bird, Cicada King. So the new addition would be Totem Bird. Upon testing, I've played against one of my homies back home, Alex, and shoutouts to Alex, by the way. And upon testing, I played against his Blue Eyes Primite control, and through the game, I realized that this deck doesn't really play well against spells and traps. So Totem Bird would be a good addition to utilize us from spells and traps, because this card can negate spells or traps on the field by removing a material from him, and that is not once per turn. So as long as this card has a material, you can negate any spell or trap that your opponent activates. And of course, Bamboozling, our monster negate, our Cicada King, another monster negate, and a Shuriken, which is another monster negate, and also an OTK machine. So those are some good utilities that we can go to. And now that the ones that I've mentioned earlier, the armor package, Xyz armor package. So what you do is you summon Torpedo, use its effect to draw, and then overlay rank up into Armor Fortress. Use Armor Fortress effect to remove a material and add the full armor Exceeds. And then it's up to you whether you want to leave Armor Fortress and use this for your turn to summon Lancer, or you can just summon Lancer right off the bat during your turn, so you can use full armored Exceeds on a different play. So, but yeah, it really depends on your hand or on your field, because sometimes it will be better to just summon this during your opponent's turn, just so you can avoid some board breaking effects or some blanket negates. So yeah, that's the full armored package. And also you can use full armored Xyz to banish and equip Torpedo into Lancer, and it gives Lancer more additional effects from Torpedo and from the armored Xyz. So that's really good. That's a really good addition for the deck. And now I added some more boss monsters for the deck. I'm still testing these two, but so far so good. These are working for me. So how this package works is you summon first Leviathan, or whatever, or however you want to read that, the generator boss of shadows. Summon him, and then during your opponent's turn, use its effect to tribute itself and summon out the boss of eternity. So boss of shadows effect will allow you to summon him and attach materials to this guy up to the number of materials that shadows has when it was on the field. So 10 times out of 10, this guy has 2 materials. So this monster here gains also 2 materials, which will come from either grave or field, and you choose from them. So those are 2 of the additional rank 9 that we can use, and the 2 link monsters I'm running. I used to have Goddess as a 3rd link monster, but I have to make space for the new engine and Totem Bird. So maybe we're putting Goddess in the extra deck, I mean on the side deck, but I don't really have any side deck right now. But we'll see, because I'm planning to have Goddess in the side deck as well. So yep, that is it guys. That's the extra deck, and I believe I'm ready to show a combo for you guys, which I will upload maybe the next week.
Nani?
And that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed our final build for now again. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.